Hello, welcome. I'm the Warrior Queen of Light. My name is Jen, and I'm here to give all of my collective a download. And I'm going to tell you that this is a warning, and it's about reptiles, mainly snakes. But I just want to say that I love all animals. I really do. I mean, I love animals, but there's some species that you need to stay clear of, because they will bite you, they will strike you, and they will hurt you. So this is what this download is about. And before we get started, I want to show you about this. It's a black rattlesnake. You see that? Now, I used to be terrified of snakes, but the more I've been enlightened about things, I'm not so much afraid of them. But stay away from this because it's very venomous. Like, it will strike you. Let me see what they're saying about it. Crotalus caribus. I can't even say the name. It's a pit viper. Species found in southwestern United States. It's also known as the Arizona black rattlesnake. That's what I kept trying to look up, and they kept telling me about Arizona. Now, yesterday, looking in one of the videos, I was looking at my map, and Arizona kept popping out to me, and I didn't know why. I even said it in the video. This is where this snake is at, and it has several other names they're saying. Croatia cerberus. Sorry, I just made that all up. I flubbed that up, didn't I? I'm so sorry. But the Arizona black rattlesnake's aggressive. They're not aggressive, but if you lean towards it, or if it feels like it's with any animal, if it feels like it's threatened, it's going to come at you. So that's why we're talking about this today. And it says, is it aggressive towards people? Black snakes are constrictor snakes, meaning they are constricted and suffocate to kill their prey and are not venomous. They do not pose the same danger to humans as copperheads or cottonmouths. Furthermore, they're typically non-aggressive to avoid contact with humans. They'll always go somewhere else and move around, but they will strike you, right, Spirit? Yes, if you get too close, they're going to strike you. And they're saying that typically once they strike you, they will wrap around a part of your body. Oh. Ugh. Yes, and this is another thing I'm going to tell you. Black snake bites or dogs can be fatal, showing various symptoms on your dog. Toxin from black snakes can cause painful muscle breakdown, damage the blood cells, causing dogs to shake, and then they will be paralyzed and collapse in a seizure. So your animals, your other animals like your dogs, your kids, people in general need to stay away from snakes unless you know what you're doing, because this is really scary to me. And this is what my story is about today. It's about a black snake. And I kept putting this off because I got this the other day and I didn't know if I wanted to do it. And Spirit said, you need to upload that because people need to learn to watch their children. This is about watching your children, especially these children, because they're quite young. One is 5 years old. The little girl that I'm going to be talking about is 5 years old. When I was 5 years old, for a long time, my dad wouldn't let me out of the driveway. I'd ride my bike up and down the driveway, and they needed to see me. Now, my father was very strict. My mom was not so much, out of sight, out of mind. But my father was like right on me. So I did a lot of running around though, because he worked 2 jobs, so he went home a lot. All right. Anyways, enough about me. Let's get into this story. Children unsupervised playing in a field by abandoned houses Looks like the neighborhood ready to be torn down, because I see a black hoe, a digger near the houses. A backhoe. I can't even read my own damn writing. A black hoe. A backhoe. Shit. I was writing this really fast too. I see the backhoe around these houses, and these houses are like there's woods around them, and there's big nobody's lived there. So they're getting ready to tear these houses down. Well, these kids have come upon this, and they're like, "Oh, ain't this fun?" My kids used to do that. Yeah, my oldest son did. He was in something like this, and some windows got tore out, and I had to give some money for that. All right, so it says 4 kids are playing in the tall grass. There's 4 kids. One little girl sees a rope, bends down to pick it up. It's not a rope, it's a snake. It's a snake. The snake strikes out, bites her behind her knee. Now this little girl, the little girl is about 5, starts to scream. The other kids run to her. The black snake slithers off. Spirit's saying the reason that the black snake slithered off is because the other kids come up there. They said, would that black snake have went around her? They're saying yes. When she hit the ground, that snake was coming towards her still. They're saying the snake wasn't going to, like I said before, wasn't going to strike her again. It was going to wrap around some part of her body. Oh my gosh, it just drives me crazy. My heart's just stopping right now telling you this story. Let me take a deep breath. Okay. The other kids run to her. The black snake, it leaves because the other children are around there. They're saying the snake is very aggressive because it was agitated by all these children. The vibration on the ground, and it could feel all these kids around. Little girl falls to the ground. This child, oh my gosh. The other children run to get help, okay? The other children run to get help. One child stays with the little girl. Another little girl stays with her because I see 2 little girls. This little girl had some kind of little jumper dress on, so her legs are exposed. Anyway, so the one little girl stays with her and the other run to get somebody. They see somebody on the street. 2 streets over. I'm seeing these kids running. They didn't even get to their house. The spirit is ringing my ear right now. It's an electrical pole worker. He's getting ready to climb up his pole. Oh no, he's in a truck. This other one's climbing. There's one in a box. They're doing some line work. So they go over to help the little girl. They pick her up and call an ambulance to come and get her because they know that they've got to get her to the thing quick. Okay, there's not enough time. They take her in the truck to the hospital. Oh my gosh. They get her parents there. Her mother's there, and she passes away. Her dad comes in after that. I'm so sorry about this. It makes me sad. The mother gets there, and she passes in her mom's arms. Her daddy don't even see her while she's still alive. That's how fast this happens. And the thing is, they're telling me to say, please watch your children. This little girl, I'm going to ring my bell because it's heavy. It's very heavy. The emotions that her mom is feeling, loss. She's pretty much just, panic goes into numb for this mother that's holding her child in her arms. Just telling her she loves her. The little girl looks up and smiles at her mom. Yeah. They couldn't save this little girl. Please, please watch your children. Especially a 5-year-old. These children are very, very young. My gosh. we lived on I'll tell you a little bit about my children. I have 3. And I have 2 boys and a girl. And we lived on a cul-de-sac of 2 streets. And until my children got to be a certain age, they was not allowed to leave these 2 streets because all the neighbors knew us. And it's kind of funny because it's where I grew up. I grew up on those 2 streets, and I moved back at some point, and my children were growing up on the same 2 streets that after I finally got out of the driveway, I could be on those streets. I'm making light of this right now because I'm ready to cry over the loss of this little girl. But please, please, God, take care of these children because their parents can't always be around them. Please watch your children because there's harmful things out there. And no, I love all animals. Some will be aggressive and they'll hurt or kill your children. And you got to let them know to not play with anything. Now, the little girl didn't understand because that snake, what I showed you in the picture when we started, it looked just like a rope to me. It's not big, okay? Many times I've come across snakes at the lake. One fell out of a tree when I was a child and landed right next to me, my mother, and her 2 sisters. And it started going in circles after it hit the ground. And it chased us down into the water. I've also swam with water moccasins. And that was very scary. Me and my girlfriend was in there. And I had slipped off of the boat dock. Okay? And my legs were bleeding. Yes, they were all skinned up and they were bleeding. And I kept seeing something in the water. And I told my friend, I said, what is that? And she said, they were bobbing their heads up and down. I could see like 3 of them. And I thought, what is that? Are those fish? No, they were water moccasins. And they were in a school. There was about 20 of them when I finally got the full effect of them. I got out. They were coming towards that blood. They were coming towards me. And I climbed out. And you know, my girlfriend stayed in there and swam with them. But one climbed up on the boat dock. Well, actually 2. When I saw one, I took off running into the woods. They climbed up to get me because they were coming after that blood. Yeah. And she stayed in there and they swam around her. And I came back down there because they got back up. Because I'm staying in the woods looking, you know. And I went back down there. And I couldn't stay there because my legs were bleeding. And they were swimming around her. I thought they were going to attack her and kill her. But they didn't. She's still alive till today. But it was very scary. I kept yelling, Teresa, get out of the water. And she was like, no, I'm okay. And they were circling her. I thought for sure she was a goner. But you know what? Spirit had something for her in her life, too, that wasn't the time she was supposed to go. Because she'd almost been killed in a car wreck just 6 months maybe before that. So she was just living life. But not me. Jenny ran up in the woods. I was like, I gotta go. So, you know, I've never been a big fan of snakes. But as I get older, I understand the boundaries with those, especially something that's venomous that can kill you. But this little girl, let me go back to this little girl, please. That's, yeah, I'm just wasting time away talking. But this little girl was a middle child. She had a brother or sister that was younger than her. A brother that was about 2, they're saying, 2.5, and an older sibling. There was a boy. Yes, that's correct. She was the only girl in that family. And the brother was how old? 7, getting ready to be 8, because she's 5. Yeah, she's 5.5, they said. And another thing is she's not been well. She just got out of the hospital, and she had a cold, and there were some things that went along with that. But she got out of the hospital. She'd been sick. And so her immune system wasn't high. There's one thing. That was the problem, too. She didn't have anything to fight this venom. There was nothing in her body. She was How long has she been out of the hospital? 3 days. Oh, my gosh, 3 days. Oh, my goodness. It just breaks my heart. She'd been out of the hospital 3 days, and Mom said she could go out and play. So please protect your children and watch them. They're saying that she wasn't fully well, and that's why it sped up the venom, to tear her down, because she still was not completely well. She still had a cold. The Spirit's saying she really shouldn't have been outside. She should have been in the house, but I'm not trying to judge any mother or father, because taking care of children is very hard. I have 3 of my own and many grandchildren, so, I got a full boat. And I just want to send my prayers out to this family, whoever they are, because I can see the mother, I can see the father laying on the floor in the hospital room, crying hysterically. His child has been taken. Like I said, we got to protect our children at any cost, against anything. And this was just they're saying a freak accident, of course, because nobody thought that, tall grass, yes, but those children were just playing because that's what they do. They're so innocent in this. So let's try to keep our eyes. I don't care if you're the neighbor next door. When I was young, the neighbors used to watch us, and they go tell your mama or daddy. Watch the children in your neighborhood. I don't care if they're not yours. I watch all children around me. I'm a teacher, and that's what I do. I don't care whose child it is. I'm going to watch them and make sure they're okay, because that's what I do. Children come up to me in the library and start talking to me and ask me things still. And it's because of the vibrational light that I put out. Anyways, enough about me. Please stay safe out there and protect those babies. They need you. And I don't care. My children are in their 30s. The oldest ones are. And they're still my babies. And I still love them. Protect all the children. God said protect them. They are the future. And they will guide us into a new world. I am the Warrior Queen of Light. I stand true and tall. I stand strong against all wrong. And I hated to give this message, but somebody has to hear it. A lot of people have to hear it, because we need to do more for our children. We need to love them and protect them and take care of them and let them have a voice. Listen to them, please. They've got a lot to say. Take care of yourself and each other. Please hit like if you like this video. Thank you for being with me. I so appreciate you. Until next time, much love.